Under the scope.
Hey, Scopers.
Hi.
It is a cold Wednesday evening here in the suburbs of Minneapolis. And
Got
Jared,
some fresh snow, and we've got some harsh winds out
blizzard warning coming soon. Blizzard warning, Jared, oddly enough, doesn't necessarily mean a lot of snow.
there. It means blowing snow.
A lot of blowing snow.
Visibility
yes.
reduced. Yeah.
But we're not here to give you outdated weather forecasts. We're here to give you the patented Under the Scope movie review.
We patented it, huh?
It's ours.
What's the U.S. patent number?
42618-B17.
I don't think that doesn't ring true.
Look it up. Look it up on the internet. So we were lucky enough to score passes for the reboot, if you will, of Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan series.
It's Jack Ryan, Shadow Recruit.
You may remember some of the other Jack Ryan movies.
Hunt for Red October.
Patriot Games.
Clear and Present Danger.
Is that it? Is there one more? I think there was 4 of them total.
Was there? I don't know what the 4th one is. Those are the 3 I remember.
Maybe there's 4. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Scope fans will probably write in and let us know. They'll do their due diligence. So this reboot takes place in modern day.
Yeah, it's a bit of a prequel, but it's also an update.
Yes.
It's not really a prequel because, yeah, like you said, modern day, but
Yep. And
it's a younger Jack Ryan is what I'm getting
it's a younger, fancier Jack Ryan.
He's fancier. I don't think he needed the cravat throughout, but
and he does
he's a bit of a dandy.
He does go on to eventually helm the Starship Enterprise.
Crazy chronology.
Changes his name.
It's weird that they made that connection, but
The reason why we say that is because it stars Chris Pine.
Chris Pine, you know him as Captain James T. Kirk of the reboot Star Trek. He's just going to be in all reboots now.
T stands for terrible,
Surprised
right?
he's not in RoboCop this coming
He
next
might
month.
be.
Maybe.
So we've got Chris Pine, we've got Kenneth Branagh playing the main baddie, and
also directing.
And directing. You've got an oddly looking Keira Knightly.
Oddly how?
I don't know. She just looks weird to me. Do you get that vibe?
Well, okay, the way you say it makes it sound like her appearance is different than her normal appearance.
Her appearance.
I agree with you. Normally, she has a bit of an odd look to her.
Yeah. I think she's
all chin.
I've always liked the way she looks, but on this one, she seems strangely weird to me. I don't know what it is.
Maybe it's too many profile shots.
Yep.
You see all the chin.
And we've also got.
Hey, if chin's your thing.
If chin, you're in.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It also stars Pa Kent, aka Kevin Costner, revitalizing his career.
He's back out there. He's back on the horse.
And in this one, he also has a dog, just like he did in Man of Steel.
I think it's in his contract.
He must have a dog,
yeah.
a golden retriever, in every film.
Shane, we should talk about what this film is about.
So it's about the beginning of Jack Ryan's career, Jared, essentially, and his first real case.
Yeah, he starts out at the London School of Economics on 9/11.
Yes.
And this is a pivotal event. Apparently he's
9/11/2001.
decides to sort of switch careers at that point, and he joins the Marines. He serves in Afghanistan, where he incurs an injury, a back injury.
By saving 2 people, though, at the same time. A helicopter
already
injury?
showing his heroic capabilities.
Yes.
At an early age. He ends up going to physical therapy at Walter Reed Memorial Center, where he meets Ms. Knightley. Kathy is her character.
Yep. I don't like Kathy as a name, by the way, for a heroine, but what do you want?
It's not very modern. If I know, all the Kathys I know are probably in their 50s.
Yeah.
Just saying. And he's at that point he is recruited by Kevin Costner character. They said his name, but I can't remember. He's in the Navy, but he's also in the CIA.
I'm calling him Jimbo.
And
is he in the CIA? Or was that just that was a cover?
I don't know. I guess it's unclear.
Yeah.
Everything's sort of shadowy.
Like he's in his own black box of a government agency, but maybe it's the CIA.
At any rate, young Jack Ryan is recruited to go basically be a shadow agent for the CIA whatever group.
He's not really a shadow agent per se. Well, at least that's not what he thought.
He's tasked to kind of basically work undercover inside Wall Street
as an analyst.
He's analyzing economic patterns, trying to track money that could be funding terrorists.
So it was 2 hours of that. That's all he did was type away on the computer.
It was really
on magic computers.
Kind of boring. Lots of Excel. What are you gonna do?
Jared's like, I hope they delete those cells.
So, smash cut 10 years later, Jack Ryan has been ostensibly doing his job. Analyzing things and passing information off to the people who need to know. Until he discovers a batch of secret accounts that have been that his company doesn't have access to. Apparently, they belong to a partner company in Russia, and he needs to get to the bottom of it. And that is where our story goes.
And then we eventually find out that it's all part of a plot to destroy America through destroying its economy, combined with the terrorist attack.
Yeah, it's a big master plan to somehow bring about the Second Great Depression and also punish China, and Russia will suffer some
minor losses,
but they will recover and become the great something. I don't know. They'll win.
I'm no business expert, Jared, but my guess is there is no way in hell this plot would ever work for a number of reasons.
Well, and then let's talk about the plot then, because go ahead.
Okay, so my guess is if any government would catch wind of this, all markets would be immediately shut down, especially if they knew. I mean, they do mention that in this, but it's sort of during the possible attack. They knew at least 18 hours ahead of time that this was going to happen.
Why wouldn't you tell someone?
So we've sort of got that going for it.
Yeah.
You've also got the fact that Jack Ryan is, and I don't remember the original Jack Ryan character, but this guy is essentially a really smart guy who has submarine training, but as we go through this movie, he turns into a reluctant killing machine, I guess. I mean, not that much, but enough where he is a lot savvier than you ever would imagine someone in that position being.
And you've landed on my number one problem with the film.
Landed on
it. This is a young Jack Ryan who has done no field work to this point.
Yeah. He's shocked that he's in it.
He's proven he's very good at analysis, and I have no problem with the analysis part of the film, and that is consistent with the Jack Ryan character that I know from the previous films.
And love.
But at no point did he ever exhibit this extraordinary ability to not only do feats of physical prowess that he probably wasn't trained for, but also probably shouldn't be able to do given his back injury history. And the ability to think creatively in a physical space the way that a fresh out of the academy, field agent, a newly minted field agent shouldn't be able to do that kind of stuff.
There's only two guys I know that have those kind of moves.
These guys right
You're
here.
looking at them. Killing machines.
So while I buy the analytical powers that he has, I don't buy the field agent powers one bit.
Yep.
And it bothered me because it seemed like his skill set grew and grew and grew over the course of the film. And mind you, this film takes place over maybe 3-4 days.
Maybe 3 days. Maybe 3 days. Probably 2 days if you want to know the truth.
The fact that he's able to exhibit extreme hand-to-hand combat skills, he's so fit that he can catch up to a car running.
Yeah. Swing a pipe through a car windshield while jumping.
Yes, the ability to calculate things in physical space very fast. He's apparently a trained defensive driver.
Yeah.
Can navigate the streets of Moscow, a city he's never been in, just by voice command.
I love the driving scenes where. So there's a part where Kevin Costner is giving Chris sort of Siri-like directions, like you go this way, and every time it would cut to Kevin Costner giving him directions, he'd be like, "He's 2 blocks up on the left. You've got to punch it." So every single time you see you got to punch it, Chris Pine lays into the accelerator every time. It's like we're going to give it a little bit of turbo boost. Look, every single time.
He's punching it the whole time.
Yeah,
how much more could you punch?
There's a lot of punching going on. Got to punch it, Chewie.
Oh, goodness.
So the other thing that I'm sure bothered the heck out of you is the fact that his wife or girlfriend sort of gets tied up into this caper, sort of unrealistically.
She shows up. All right, so Jack Ryan's in Moscow, and at this point his girlfriend, fiance,
she's suspicious,
future wife,
Jared.
She's suspicious of something, but she doesn't know what's going on. And he's forced to reveal to her that she shows up. They were supposed to have later on a rendezvous in Paris. And he says he can't make it, so she's even more suspicious. So she just decides to show up. She shows up in the hotel, and he's forced to kind of tell her the truth that he's in the CIA, which she just accepts.
Yep.
She's happy that he's not cheating on her. But apparently she's very, very adept at role-playing. And
no sexy outfits, though. That's the problem.
No, role-playing. So she's, for some reason, immediately thrown into the situation by the CIA, because apparently they have no other choice.
Well, the cartoon character bad guy knew that she was there.
Yeah.
So he said, I expect her to be there.
It's still very unrealistic that they would put her in that sort of mortal danger.
To be fair, though,
even if she volunteered,
yes.
I don't think it would happen.
To be fair, my favorite scene in the movie was sort of the extended dinner scene where they're trying to convince the Russian bad guy played by Kenneth Branagh that they're on the level.
Yeah.
And then while at the same time trying to pull off a bit of a heist, which the heist part where he was actually infiltrating the building was completely unrealistic.
Well, because he doesn't have infiltration skills, nor does he have the computer skills to.
And the fact that he
hasn't earned it. That's what we're getting at.
And there's probably cameras everywhere, which cameras really only come into play to review the footage after he's left, so they can follow them.
There's a lot of things that are glossed over for the sake of a supposedly taut thriller.
The script is threadbare. It is by the numbers.
It's a shop-worn terrorist plot. You've seen it a dozen times before. There's nothing remarkable about it.
The movie,
they try to throw the financial angle on top of it to make it a little bit more interesting,
a little headier, perhaps.
So it's 6 of one, half a dozen of another, is basically, and you get a full dozen of things you didn't really want.
Kenneth Branagh has proven himself as a competent to good director. A winning director. I think was he nominated for an Oscar for his directing?
Probably, yeah.
But the plot and the script on this does him no favors. He acts as well as he can.
I think everyone gives decent performances for what they're given. The biggest problem with this film is characterization that isn't earned, and not a great plot, not a great story.
Nothing that is outside of a typical spy movie.
Look, if you're looking for a perfectly serviceable, expensive Hollywood action film, you'll probably love the hell out of it. But if you're going to start to look at it with a little bit of a critical eye, which is what we do here.
That's what we do.
It really falls apart fast.
And I do have to say one other thing, Jared, just as a sidebar.
Yes.
I was thinking, if they actually filmed this in Russia, parts of this movie in Russia, which they could have very well done.
Possibly.
Man, I'd be pissed off if I were the Russian government.
Well, Russia doesn't come off looking very nice.
Russia's they're the new bad guy again.
Yeah, they're back, sort of, but it's all organized crime.
And they tied them into the government, though, so there was a government tie-in. So just as a sidebar, I'm sorry, Russia, if you really are that corrupt, well, I guess you get what you deserve.
I hope you're getting some money out of it.
Yeah, exactly. Your film tourism board.
Is there anything we liked about this?
I think we covered it. I mean, we think the actors did as well as they could.
They're perfectly charismatic.
It looked like a decent. It was filmed pretty. I mean, it was probably a little bit more than just a utilitarian in terms of its look.
Definitely, the budget is there, and you can see the quality is there.
But in one good scene, I think one solid sequence, not just a scene.
Right.
But beyond that, there's absolutely nothing notable about this film that would make me say go out and spend $10 to see it or $5 to see it.
We saw it in IMAX, and I'm not really sure what the benefit was.
No, I think it was just
not 3D, but just straight up IMAX.
I just think it was a bigger theater. That's what I think.
Bigger screen. Hey.
So it's cold. We've been going for about 13 minutes. Let's give it a score.
The Scope score is 1 3/4 star.
So there you go.
1 3/4.
1 3/4 stars.
For us, not a promising start to the reboot Jack Ryan series.
No.
I saw some happy faces when we were leaving. Some people seemed like they really enjoyed it.
Jared, some people were taking pictures with their passes, like they had just won the lottery of movie screenings.
They didn't. I don't know if they realized that there were probably a half dozen chances to get those passes.
Yes. Yeah, not something to be proud of.
No.
By the way, the camera that they were using to take that picture, probably from 1999.
That's probably why they had to take about 12 shots.
Don't move. It's capturing all the light.
Gotta let it expose for a while. The guy was under the hood. It was really strange.
Flash bulbs went off. It be crazy, as they say. So there you go, Jared. Like you said, not a promising start to the reboot.
No, maybe check it out on home video, cable, Netflix. Don't go to the theater. No,
slightly better than the movie Her.
Slightly better. Right.
Better? I mean, absolutely not even close.
Right. So, hey, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you give us a thumbs up, and comment, or subscribe. If you listen to the audio show, keep on doing that.
Yes.
We're happy that
we love that. So, for Jared, I am Shane. This is Jared.
Yeah, that's me.
We'll see you next time. Take care, son.
Ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves once again at the end. I hope you've enjoyed our time together. I know I have. Fear not, Scope faithful. Days shall pass as if they were but a moment, and Jared, Adam, and Shane will return with another thrilling episode. Until then, send your comments to comments@thescopeshow.com or leave a voicemail message by dialing
612-21-SCOPE. That's 612-217-2673.
Thanks for listening, faithful fans. This is Tony Partington saying arrivederci. Tune in next time to another terrific edition of The Scope.